So doesn't everyone feel a little less stressed? All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the undetected neurological damage, because this is one that many people haven't heard of. This is caused by physical trauma to your body. Now, most people, when they think of physical trauma, they're thinking of a car accident or slipping on a sidewalk or falling off a ladder. You can come see me later about that. But truly, these things can cause injury. But what I'm talking about, and the number one cause of injury in our society, is actually the opposite. It's actually what we call movement deficiency, or lack of movement. Now, a little pop quiz. How long do you suppose you can go without food? Well, it depends on the person, but somebody famous once did it for 40 days and 40 nights, right? So we'll just say that. Now, how long do you suppose you could go without water? About 3 days, absolutely. That's what they, again, depends on the person. How long do you suppose you could go without oxygen? Now, this one they're pretty clear on. 3 to 4 minutes, and then you're toast. So, how long do you suppose your body can go without movement before your joints start to break down at 8 times the normal aging rate? About 24 hours only. So second only to oxygen, movement is a necessary nutrient to your body. After 2 weeks, they can see stuff on x-rays, that evidence of this lack of movement. In chiropractic, we call this a subluxation. That's what we take care of. Now, have you ever thought of movement that way, though? Not something just to keep your slim little body trim, but something as a required nutrient for life. So it gives it a little bit different perspective, huh? Now, what I'm talking about, though, is not a lack of heavy cardiovascular exercise, which we all know is important. Yes, 70% of Americans do not get the recommended daily amounts. Now, what I'm talking about is just moving our bodies naturally throughout the day. You know, deconveniencing our lives so that we move more. Our ancestors walked a minimum of 12 miles a day. They didn't get arthritis. They didn't get heart disease. There is no evidence of cancer in these populations. Spinal disorders, not happening. Now, in our society, 32% of us sit 10 hours or more a day. That's a lot. That could be over 30 years of, ooh.
I've got laryngitis.
It does. All right. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Okay, I'll just shout. That's a lot of years. And what they found is that this lack of movement is causing our society to burn less than 50% of the calories that our ancestors did. But we're taking in twice as many. Is there any surprise why we have an obesity epidemic? So, how do we move our bodies more naturally? We have to move our bodies throughout the day, because what they're finding is that this quick burst of exercise at the beginning of the day, if you go to the gym, is not, and then sitting 10 hours, is not getting you the decrease in heart disease and cancer rates. You have to move more throughout the day. So what I'm talking about, you know, I know this looks like cave woman, but whisking. You've all heard of this? Whisking your own muffins. Take the escalators instead of the stairs. Or the stairs. I just said it backwards. You've all been. Who's been to the airport lately and seen that crazy contraption that you can just stand on and it magically transports you? How ridiculous is that? Walk to the grocery store. Grow a garden. All of these things get your bodies moving. If you have to drive somewhere, park at the back of the lot. You've heard all this. Now, sitting weakens your spine. It weakens your body and leaves you prone to injury. So when we know that 70% of people do not get the recommended daily amounts, please get your bodies checked by a chiropractor. I know it's hard to make the connection sometimes between that and health, but we're not just back doctors. I know that this is a very strong claim, but you cannot be healthy without a healthy spine. Why is that? What does your spine protect? You have 24 movable segments in your spine. What does it protect? Your spinal cord and your nerves. The only organ in your body that you cannot replace. What does your nervous system do for you? Everything. It does everything. It takes care of your liver. It takes care of your muscles. It is your personality. It's your lifeline, if you will. Thank you. I'll just take it. Is it on? Okay, great. Awesome. So, if your nerve system isn't functioning optimally, what consequences might there be? It's that important, it really is. So,